He became a national figure in 1993 when he walked into a school where a suicide bomber was holding children hostage. He talked the man into releasing them one at a time and carried some of them out himself. The incident established Sarkozy's reputation for courage and risk-taking. As Interior Minister in 2005, he was in charge of the police during 3 weeks of rioting in immigrant neighborhoods all around the country. It was the worst unrest France had seen in decades. It's interesting that as the son of a foreigner, Sarkozy carried out a tough law and order campaign against immigrants. His controversial vow to get rid of the, quote, scum may have helped him politically in his campaign for president. He ran on a platform of restoring order, reforming the country's expensive cradle-to-grave welfare system, and promoting a new work ethic. You have a 35-hour work week here.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. You're trying to expand it.
We're going to change things. We're going to change France. We're going to modernize France.
Here he pumps up his coalition in the parliament. Encouraging work is our priority, he says. It's because France is not working hard enough that our society is in bad shape. It's a message Sarkozy takes on the road several times a week, with trips like this one to Dijon. Here at a factory, he preached his gospel of work more, earn more. And he also listened to people tell him their problems. At the end of his visit, he worked the crowds, revving up support for undoing the law that forbids anyone in France from working more than 35 hours a week.
If you want to live holding your head up high, you have to live from what you earn, not off public assistance.
People have tried to reform in the past. They've also had strikes. Why do you think you can overcome this when people haven't been able to in the past?
I'm not afraid.
But what if the strikes paralyze the city or paralyze the country?
If there are strikes, I will tell the French people, look, it's up to you. Do we stop or do we go on? I say we go on.
Well, the transportation unions did go on strike last week after Sarkozy said he was going to cut their retirement benefits. They shut down the trains and subways. But commuters managed, without a lot of anger at Sarkozy, a sign the public supports his reforms, for now. With his poll numbers still relatively high, Sarkozy's one big problem was his wife, and that his private life had become a public soap opera. He had brought Cecilia into his career. When he was Interior Minister, she had an office next to his, controlling his schedule and his diet. But they had a tempestuous relationship. 2 years ago, she left him for another man. They were photographed together in New York. But Sarkozy talked her into coming back to him. After the election, he sent her on a diplomatic mission to Libya, where she helped negotiate the release of 5 Bulgarian nurses charged with murder. But when the Bulgarians gave the Sarkozys a Medal of Honor in early October, Cecilia was a no-show. The day we interviewed him, Paris was buzzing with rumors that she had left him again. But ask him about it? How dare you? Since we've been here, it seems that every day we're hearing another story about your wife. What's going on?
If I had something to say about Cecilia, I would certainly not do so here.
But there's a great mystery. Everybody's asking. Even your press secretary was asked at the briefing today. No comment?
He was quite right to make no comment, and no comment. Thank you.
Sarkozy decided the interview was over. And off he went, with the question about his wife left hanging. 2 weeks later, the Élysée announced the Sarkozys were divorced, just like that, a first for a French president. Since then, no evidence that the end of Cecilia is affecting his passion and drive in his job. As it was growing up, Every day for Sarkozy is still a battle. Ask him a question, and you could get a fight, as we did when we asked why he's on French television all the time.
And the question is overexposure.
Et vous?
And you? Why did you insist so much that I appear on television?
60 minutes.
Would 60 Minutes be after me if I was of no interest?
Si je ne vous intéressais pas.
Touché.
Coulez.
Gotcha.